pa ubia ho ye
enra na na body ase amedwo
enra me no abusa me onka o musa anno wa ma wonya obi ma no ejina ma se ye okudenti eni na etele sa nana hima ka se ye okudeni ba de ba ko ha adwene se ya wo mfre ende na men kan de na men kan jira me ka chi etie fo se ya wo mfre on kan chire ti na ya na pese ye touch uni agi sika
no wa ma dia 50
but nana hima bona ni chire mi nti de ye fa enche no
so for vampire
yo akosi amedase ye tiefo ho donti ne nke nyina nke dampama nke pe but se de musi do ye se do mo nti wo dampamu a na waka che uni ebi se wono so nya de emfa nto ade hye fe 99.1 na wonti akosi asoma na bedwafo ne nensam ne kra de ye e chai enya grokra ti ben wo fidie papa na wo Facebook so a no wo so wo share ma na fofo na mo so ye de ehwe bi ne no ampaya ebedwa chief ya chia me be wo bo ma beti ozuwa biatum ena want eno de ne ye yinti na want ye no biatum na say ayufo ni nyina nti di chasufo ni wo se enra ma mo ni din na me se enra de
like Bryce ke yire Lucia also want yenka
asa eni ye bo nti chief we dey also mo be yinti bo mo na na biatum no mo nyina ade wo mo mpoma de mo hie tire wo nyina ntie bi sister ama mu nyina wo ntie bi ti akwasua yesi etrase na ye mompa ye nyankopon ne abankese atumi ni ahoden nyina wura ene wo wura de Yesu Kristo ena no penso yeda wase e wa adum ni mobrohu ni bambo ne hweso pa urade wa hwe o maso ene wadum alakwa na o ma yeda ho te ase ti de wa ye ne na ase na otonton no animu nyamma eja edwuma de ebedi nyina hwe wonsa se urade ye tu yansa fro se bram na ho na ba mu nyansa nyina ye wo de aba me nyansa ne nudie ne me de aye ade be ye kasafom de urade ye yifiri yakwam bo ye ho ban firi otamfo hihie nyinam ne bie okwan maye ena no pa ye ja adwuma ye fo ye wa adwuma ha nyinara efiri adwuma panyine so bepom ye ne ye adwuma wa adwuma ha nyina hye wonsa se obabo mo nyina ho ban na urade ayo bi akoma so ade ama saa so na tiefo mu tie yen e wo Facebook ene radio nyina ye ja obi ahye wonsa echichi machi obi o tie yen biala urade bo ne ho ba soronko na ye na koma so ade ama no de urade ade na koma so ani nti wonyaye no ha hai empai bo nsie na nka urade wa ya ama no so bi wa ho kire no ha mu a nyankopon yi ni firim na dum wo masika aho kire abamai mu urade dum wo masika na urade wo ma enya ni gie wo ya brabom koso tu anu kire ndo yale so sane yade honhum ne mpie onu ani o man ga na hye wonsa bedi hin wo man mu na wo man mu urade emu enye de enimonyam nka odin sa no pen so Yesu frɛ waje enso no ayama yen e wo Jesus Christ.
ADEHYEE FM leading Ashanti with information, music. 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 ADEHYEE
asana yakoya ni munyame akwa information center anopay ombefa wa ensan branya kwa nsuayem atofo information center we amwase dwom nyame ayewie wadobewra susukuru information center we amwase repentance online radio asuyeboa odafo wa atwoman kransa nyasapa ojoso jinase our information center pachi Chia say as of such a camera smart befa tafubo so the way so ewo angoma so nana one onya abodi ase onya nanata oya ade idan ochinchimu no ye je nanata ye je chinchim oya akura na ye nsomone nan sake kanioma oya nsomone master bed ne go asokore mampo master red obanti machiman wi amose ya ben kwantana ya wa Sister Christy was paying. Fantastic trotro drivers ya law more Steve fashion se bo akwa menhia Eli bo nsom ho ko budget o say papa say ayo Eric say ba for UK ni penya mankwa wo bonte so amakese wa wakotia lie ma wasoma ne ba you know oh papa we are that provisions are tremendous as a photonym one repair speakers no ma me what my waters ma so gospel chronom aboa hia atweman so no pay ya ma me chewa obokrom Mr. Frempon electrician South Central so powerful Jesus Santasi Jom Oba Frempon matter for 4 months master kwese J Mandela dwani matie for no bi ene modin komo wa fidie so ma ya so te se nke nipa no kra betena fidie so amope ye ka se papa bi a wakoye adwuma wo bank ya ko hu se krofo bi disika ne ade afi okoka ho asem se ne nua no munya krofo sika ne ku ha munya idie afi o mde na totem kruwam o mudi papa ye nia ma ese proceed on leave ten kotena fie bone be no aye o ma muti ho disika no krat o metimi a wo na se am ya pam no ama obetena fie na katua na akam papa na ofia ene de dito from A to Z
be yin nyina
to umma ne baby ntramam sisia ohima Mercy asokore mampo asuo yite wo kejetia onibuzi adventures di hwe no anti ya to nso ata choba echi Mr. Banie Snake Presby asu ye boa Anthony yitire wa atwemafo aso ni kodigo adwuma edi hwe no papa mpacha mane ntanse mame why mane ntanse Master kwase J Mandela Jom one child minds ne yere sister Kate papoafo wo nyina odifo Isaiah so watafu roman abonom hwa na nguna Jom Mr. Bedu ene papoafo lai hoso amidwomfo so anope ye checha mo nyina yedamase uni hwa yi ni wo na afi min ko kejetia Dubai na men checha mo nyina sister Abnajima ne sister
Emilia mo bia to
so no mo ho nyina yedamase say Masem abedia program no atumu echamfo dwom ye sister ni akosia ba akopɛ yedamase Hafia Hotel oh omo koda hodu omu nyina sabre omu tie Masem mu tie akopem se 12 ba na sika asa 12 ba ya sika asa
12 ba na sika
da ho ne tie ye kopem se ye baby Mr. Dazi akwa aba me wo se wo bia unkrata bi ma dia ya
Me Pacho, good morning.
Good morning.
We are very sorry, sir, meant to me do hunt. Me Pacho pay Masem be a hammy and may decide to send me the barber to my name my boami. And it's nominal.
Yet
You. Me Pacho P, your friend, a call, Yakubudazi. In the year 2014, Pacho P. Na me wo Barclays Bank. I worked with them for ye 26 years. Inti me few hundred na me call Akimbo Sumi Rural Bank. It's headquartered in Akim Swedro. One of our headquarters. Until they employed me as mayor branch manager or Esamankase. Na me call hono. Me unsena near me be enkoye. Na difficult for me to point it out. Say we I hadn't seen it because here in Barclays no Barclays in the yes product ni be a friend microfinance. It me to me detective say microfinance field officers no more aviaska or more fisca. See me kobo ye general manager amanie na ono see yourself a man for baba na rural bank and send every 3 months be your internal auditors are on be audit your accounts. It what my ba me koy no ba 2014 one about 2015 and mid 30 side and so May 2015 enti me ko kachira GM no to send ma kana na ono so ma ko for auditors sign ba ho biem omo ba ye no omo si wo mo ehu hwe e no mo koye enti Mr. D and who say no, there's something wrong. Me here product ni be that, but me who say go for a disc, but how to know where exactly the problem is na yeah meeting. Into your sign my auditors be check you. Into your honor no mo who say go for no really field officers na disc getting to 50,000 that time. Into omo mami authority say me arrest one for police station, and then after that no umka say yem for court. See the boys no court na nsem die numu na assembly 2015 2016 no me wa na de letter ebremi say I've been transferred from Asamankasi branch to Manso branch. Me one indeed, because obi a me ni ho ma ba foforo, I've been able to detect say na cause product me here be that, but with my experience in Barclays no, you will say na bibi say koso ma ba ya ba be hu mama auditors call every 3 months. They didn't get to know that. Enti me one say metumi ayesa ye retrieve sika na fi staff no na ye be say transfer me from Asamankasi, a bigger branch, to a smaller branch Manso. Enti me one ye na it set me thinking, and me say I'll find out why they have transferred me, because the name maybe or a siana, because certain men are involved in it. I name Kosishi. To me, maybe as a head office one, a hope and a mayhem investigation. In the name of Manso branch, and then may yes, investigation. Nobody got to know, because me catch your beer, obey to me a coca, that they best in the sea, because me na no whom me buy. I was very difficult for them, because na me and Fifimo, and so nam omo said I'm Masem. Enti me who say more practices of feasance, financial more practices be brave a coso. Enti me who yen and I'm kokachira general man and say, this is what I have seen. Say, we coso ye disca we come office and name be brave coso. Enti omunjai, because all of them were involved. Omunjai, I'll report to Bank of Ghana. Enti me share no omunjai, who say Adiana, I call Mojem omunjai. Enti I remember around 13th of July 2018. And I make a chair a DM Minister General Manager and say, oh my God, I'm now going to report to Bank of Ghana. Me report to man on 30th of July. 20th, no, they let a bring me. Say, Minko leave. 81 days. Ain't we call leave, you know.
81 days,
81 days. No, not arrears be
almost 3 months.
Enti ebasa no na eja mesimenti sent me frère general manager no one fact, because they tend to say it contravenes our own condition of service. So say we be co-labor, at least there should be mutual understanding between the employee and the employer. Obia etin ho ase na fe nominate obia or be take over from you will hand it over notes with the bemano ni other outstanding issues be or na one na sorting out na was sign paper we bibisa amba almost by me 20th no almost mean call leave 20th no so na Friday me hand over and mommy subordinate 23rd at Friday 20th, Saturday 21st, Sunday 22nd, 20th Monday. Na me call leave Tuesday. nti me friend na menya no edu ho na me hand over me de ma friend say me accountant no nti me ba fie me bae so me ba yare pa na diabetes me yare diabetes and hypertension and many so ha me pa na no so ha me diabetes na di we nyina bae na me next me were doctor's report no nyina wa ha me next na doctor and say it has been damaged nti emuna na me chokoma Bank of Ghana me yare na me hu ya me ya ne ade no na chokoma Bank of Ghana ti Bank of Ghana for so at the call for at the bank wo so mo be say letter na me sure no cre you almost so buy
sanko for diska yes can I on basad they were mismanaging our resources, one-time dissipation of the bank's resources. It won't be an investigation. Now, woman who say, Nina, no cray. Report on the buying. On which I say, Nina, dear, whistle blow one man, throw me in, whistle blow one, bear canina, ye, no cray. One throw within a manager and one who said what? Because all our come man as what to say for this
but you may come back. Enti ombe check here on say nem kan na ye no kra mo wo mo kra so hu bi amanka you been so enti what they did was that omo a dissolve board no and general manager so omo leaving of his posts from Bank of Ghana.
No, so come.
Penny for ni na. Enti a bar no na general manager friend me. You will say no friend me. So na me catch them say I will do that if they don't stop. Don't stop it. Your friend me ano. Enti if you want to make me medical bills kwa on be so much mama. What the kwa you are 2 months after no mutia you are 3 months sad no me be all cry I could not they tell me they can't trace it enti omentia ebi so edi 2018 na me de call no 2020 media me sure say me obi o anti 2020 16th December 2020 and omutia the last one mama friends say time me wo hospital time baby me ko hospital me wo na ye HR officer no eba ho oba obeto me say doctor no hwem na nurse ni take me pressure Kumomo can say, pressure is still a quite a cost or TB. I know whom in also manager, at the send them Siboko, no so, or pursue whom medical officer no has said. And I'm in a call, na me jar, or better nursing in or if a or coy and doctor and catch him so on by say, or more. For medical status, health status, and no, I shown that's it or the background. Meanwhile, so doctor, at the time I leave time soon, you know. Me leave time soon, I think I was semi resume on the 15th of November 2018. No, mommy excuse duty. Every time be no mommy excuse duty. Or mommy excuse duty, nam the call. Mommy excuse duty. Biano, na me maho excuse duty no ko. This time man farm a cheap. I did a crab request no a written request. The bread is so active medical officer actor. Na me one. Now if you are even going to do that crab, why don't you call your employees say be I say na but nina because of diabolical intentions in yan can't share me. doctor no time audition no so in the health report no mami and me de come different say me de come woman in January. And the doctor ni state wom your report no as doctor ni state wom said they should extend my leave days for me because of ABCD my diabetes or treat me diabetic and if so diabetes treatment or mom diabetes treatment the face me hypertension the nerves as yet damage up to now the nerves na sila me na my say chalo te bi sha me na senior and I many so na hame until they should extend it for me to recover fully na me come me de come out man ti won ka bi o 19th and at the then operations manager Chop Brem say oh mama 6 months sick leave na 6 months sick leave no it takes effect from January. Meanwhile, so January no so na omo etuameka, but I say take effect from 6 January. I'm see. Now o state wo musu say condition of service no say for the 6 months sick period no I would say your mommy half salary. So I know state wo. Meanwhile, condition of service in the state say it should be full salary, and I was a maybe for 6 months. No, and at a point in time, na me do medical bills squad no muntiano. I wrote to Bank of Ghana, gave my name, said me, and I'm sure, sir, letter no. Now because I told them, say, woman's son, my report on tea. Made me medical bill square or muntia. Until they should intervene. To amateur command, the then relieving manager, the relieving manager be bow. Ebisano say, me see, I'm being victimized near identity. What is happening? I don't know what he wrote to them. I mean, he said you're trying no, no correct. Because actually me who say me who why what he wrote to them. Enti me de call no January Jamaica obi ana me yare diabetes hypertension nerves I say many February they didn't pay me my salary. I struggled that time no. Most were me the medical bill ba muntia. I'm supposed to receive full salary. Mama me half salary. Enti me hu ba kire me pa man kana me boa. Enti won went to February, March mu and omu tua half of February, half of March at the mami. Enti after all this 6 months no sorry me really kakra. One went to February, March na mama no. You have a Provident Fund. Provident Fund will be to me be sebi. So anytime you are cash strapped, no, over to maybe sebi, then they give you part. They only the interest at so. You use 3 months to pay. Me Troy koi say, "Omo mame, me Provident Fund ni be 1,500. No more take me 3 months with interest. Ye nipa 4 say 5 na apply that time." Womutia nipa 4 de ma menko ame de womuntia ka hona me ho be kire me pa and I was in difficulties kosi say 6 months no tsun and am koy the 6 months in so am koy na me catch on say I'm now better me problem here me eye no na ha me kakra. Enti nka omo mama call me annual leave nka ho because why I asked for the annual because I'm now okay to sick leave they should give me annual leave so that with the intention so on restore me to my salary because some will leave it there I'll have to take my salary maybe beside they said they won't give it to me omo mama leave there because I've written to Bank of Ghana sana relieving manager and carry. I've written to Bank of Ghana say I'm being victimized. They can't grant me my leave. let me resume I mean shasi enjuma because 2 days before time I was tsunami kono 2 days ahead of time. That is say Bianca or church them me kone. The me who and say I'm now okay, say so I'll be able to work. Only said many. Yeah, mommy leave my face. Because I'm and farm mommy. And I'm saying me kone time no so anamaba. Intina me wo kro no so a. Ade achi no. Me call that me call ade achi trouble me say they have extended my sick leave for another 3 months. I was a sick leave bill them there. I don't need it. Me say me who ye. Me need ne have me. Mama me annual leave no one farm me. Why the sick leave? To me free HR officer no. I know catch him say leave be I leave. Whether I wanted sick leave or annual leave, is leave. You have any leave. And he now say my file no copy for leave be I leave. I don't see you. Nti me san kɔtena fie for 3 months. 3 months no so yɛn no ɛna mekɔe na ɔmo ɛka kyerɛ me sɛ letter na ɔmo de ma me sɛ menkɔ fie for 3 months no aseɛ hɔ I have the letter here. Ɔsɛ aseɛ hɔ no wɔn atwerɛ sɛ I should stay home until they hear from Bank of Ghana. When Bank of Ghana gives them the directive, then they would know what to do to me. Enti minko fie. Tin betren fie for 17 good months. Let me fie. 17 good months. Enti September 22nd, and Omer calling me, and I'm calling. No, I wrote to them. I wanted to know why I sell mommy half salary instead of full salary. I want to know because condition of service is a full salary. Me chokwe, when we am saying choko bill, and I'm say I vacated my post. They gave me, and I'm saying me per period now. I'm vacating my post, and I'm sure period be by for 10 days. So I was even supposed to have been sacked, but they were trying to be human. Intina on my love. I mean, how? Well, labor law say be vacating post square. Moment hearing must give the person the opportunity to defend himself or herself. My mama say, Nani say, must say because of that, mama may have salary for 17 months. Intimentiasia and tiasa. Woman be a mechanic boko, na me per se in house, yes, sort to this issue because if you say, yeah, you be a me, I send you over can toss and be a meeting. Woman be a me church request, catching so much is can see there. Till finally, general manager, then general manager can say, Mitchell come aboard, Mitchell come aboard, board chair.
This time, general manager now won him, no, yeah, you know, for Fronaba.
Was then the acting general manager. And he or Simitron Coma board chair lady, Nam Chocoma board chair lady. We come in some from the beginning till that time na metro and no acknowledging receipt. No essay, Martinica for 5 good months. At that time, so I was nearing my pension time. Into pension time, when I was about to leave finally from the business, and or they bring me say, Macon, Martinica. Martinica, 5 good months, one coffee and cherry, cheerleading. 5 good months, one coffee and cherry. Into August last year, and it's sure issue no call. Labor Commission being put me by hands, but say na never see corner, but 2 man being say champion also, and I jammed the call Labor Commission. The Labor Commission call one more the same thing, send me back a team post, and Tina, woman to America fully that time. One want to me improve at the level of the commission office, but they could not prove. Says period me prove ni no into the labor commission lady in the kind say the two of us, myself and them, young reconcile baby me feel say me salary be a cam and me emolument be a cam they reconcile in theater me when one more and frame that near moon say a certain amount of money, I think 6,900 has hit my account. Until the next time I share our labor commission, and I'm catching on say labor commission, you said that the two of us should meet and then do our reconciliation. I'm so a lot of money will misika eshim pa was so much mame. Until a honor catch him say the labor commission wanted to declare deadlock, Ibisa. And I'm so okay, they should declare deadlock for us to go to the next stage. And the general manager or the CEO no can say a day, let me kofia main show on command. I did that holistically. Me a bit back be na me refi na me de man. Omo ba no a chocho bibi, which means I don't know what they wanted to do. Which row we kwa no am so achro bibi. Finally, what I may find no and to finally your labor commission no a die ye kwa ye ko finalize issues no. The owner general man me tembia meeting bia me na medican san my ojuma mu kwa one of the first people to be in the office every day. Tembia omba obeto me. To obeto me na me ti ono so kwa ba oba na obetena me nchen. And he was trying to make me sympathetic to the bank. Maybe or catch me, you know, because I wanted them to pay me compensation as well as my interest on my money. It has been with them for almost 4 years. Until I'm say, chia says can so mommy. They told me they are not going to pay it. I don't know why. You know, the challenges we are now facing in the business and things like that. And almost every day, almost anytime they come there, they spend a lot of fuel. You know, anytime they come there, and they spend a lot of money on fuel. Kaka issues be, I don't want to say it here because shareholders will not be happy. And I'm CEO Marty. Inti anunti me catch on say fine if you are not paying me a year at least lorry fare me de batem bia be ye you know any printing cost of printing correspondence and they should pay. No on one na cancel they would rather pay that one. And I'm CEO Marty. If there you do hona yes since Emmanuel. Woman account when you bet your way now labor commissioner type you bet your way to 7 bullet points. So bet ya. Na your friend say me February salary no year picking no. Lady ne picking no the refi no February salary. To me do or you bring na me kept friend GM no catch and say a woman who 1 February salary na tell me account wasem na anka ho. No so near end there. To me, baby, I just says, your cousin, this says, some call labor commission. You're changing, I'm CEO Marty. I did ya, or say salary no, salary no, almost ya, mam dada, tune tia, and a 7 bullet points, so with you 4, and more say 4, 3 dear, old tia. And see me or now, almost amount to be hit my account. Just as the account, almost see. Including my February salary now, also I'm so and some more the I'm in Barbe Damo na Marche Aji Nisika Mami and Unti and a pay medul.
February, they know Muntia.
February, they know Muntiano and 11 months salary arrears no more can and yet total amount no mutiai.
Omutua say.
Omutua I think 9975 or so.
9975 in years.
9982.50.
11 months.
Almost 11 months.
18 months. Do do say no Omutua.
11 months. They are say 11 months. You know. Do February. Sorry, April 2020. No, April 2020. No. They further reduce the salary. It's not the quarter of my salary. Almost 30. They didn't, no notification. They did not tell me anything. They did not tell me anything. Now they said they reduce it quarter, 1 month quarter. So I was taking 741. He said, yes. And who say it's that period, you know, April to the time they recalled me. September,
more than 1 year.
5 months.
5 months.
I don't quite hear. I know you're 5 months. No, always they were paying half salary until April 2020. And no mommy quarter. 741. And also much I could see August, na September mo or me calling me.
A canning in a boom total. I say, it's a cassign. I say, oh, Jeffrey or more.
No. Siciano. Sir, I know the mean shed down that work. Yes, and I'm someone who said these are the issue. After everything, I think I can do the calculation.
February, you know. And a month, baby,
a year, April 2019.
2 months.
No. Yeah, because March, you know, April, February. Sorry, February, no, Omontia Mamen. They never, my statement is here. And Omutia March, I think 24th of March. Omutia half April, half February, half March. Intina was say, Omutisia Omubetia Misikana Mamen, also Mutia half February, half March. Or you pay me total for February.
Any drum right? Producers now, Juma, Mr. Sapon, Abia will be an wabeme. Why, Antonia, Mr. Sapon, Memina, and then 1 2 1 2. Not just say, Mr. Dazzy, that's a mean, and say, Wabaya Juma, and one who's a more bocker no. Bang the Uncrofosical, Sicania Modia. Yes. And factory be any baby a producing a mamma quack tongue and this cabentina modi. Individuals are this gabeto, yes, Modia. And a moody. And also, no baby, I know why we fresh your bucket for the antennas. Yes, I didn't be in Kosovo. Now, moody, I want to be him a moon, not that to be young fast of born and upon. Or Cocaine, who he now, as I'm not the when you're
Across the uncle in boost to one young papa bedroom, no one toy. In boost, would you sister and what this on Cobabam, Nanny Pedriana, come on, oh no, my idea be to me, Annie Pedriano. It's a lumbi, baby, I wouldn't be an old so bag. Let's show but on our Bobby no and yet we are you. No be boost, who sister now what this on quite done. I found 3 years, one more Janin in a mood yard. Let me be a come, post near Dramedy one. Yes, I drove a phone, no better for no. What's the phone? My soldier for a doctor for you. A doctor for you, no imbu. As a does and as you're winning. Obono no be pa. Yes. Ono so ni paduane come mo timi di dima we fe. It's no be. The number no ko pabin my jama bia so be bia top 0246 208 496 and 0540 710 113 Dr. Jadu from Keke, Obaba, and really Pedriano. Come on. I'm Google Brocha, Mamma Doctors, and no other Monfre or no other Fiaba, Roma, before Bush and I'm a Pedriana. Come on. Was this so could Chua, Franco? After beer, Franca was also Franca, Sicilia, Franca, was a Coco, Franca, Obawa, Franca. When your number, your dear Bia, Franca, your dear Bia, honey, Padiana, dear Franca. Yes, it's a Genambano, Franca, Dr. Jadu, 0244 066 693 and 0201 899
899
100.
100.
Yasin Mesano, malaria, fever, malaria. Oh, how about one of your what I am banning to me? No, being a malaria and honey per the underdog. I want but don't know who wrote who say yes. Oh, your basabas, I'll check my way. Oh, was also. I couldn't pay a papa, malaria area. You couldn't pay no beam. Was a call capsule and also. Miss Hanson so no be to ko quadro ko fifre wo to se ho wo transfer bonds and what ya no to no person ni ya no bi ba man so no bi capsule natural capsule so no bi body pains no body no be kama na wo ba man so ya ba man na ya move emu adenden kama so for denden emu ba denden kama Bama de afro beta nya bama de so no biem na obodi ne yakama na ntire ne sole ntire ne gina ho a na afere gina ho na ntire guru ho prekase oba ne ho ya bonse man so mo hwade o adam na so hwade na so hwe wo de buna ni krache ofo kai kra ho no hwe oba hwa mo se ne je ho etinu no bi na ho nto kama ma yam fro bema gina number na 0244 723 541 and 0275 70 no 907 009
PTB.
Pascal ko Pascal ho na kokwaje ko body no mawo ha body na busi basan bu na body so fu huru kra na bu kra
na gididie na ma yesu
na gididie no o wo fu na toche dodo no bi na won to kama Pascal no ba ye bibia ma kama ni padua no ba se sisi ho ama ni padua na fefe kama wo honam no ba kama wo fu na to keso ba hwa wo se wo nufu aye katakati a kwane on pampem na nya kakraka kama wo to no so ba yes wo ma na gugu jinsem kama eguma wo se wata wow wonam kwan wo abonse na mema ni ebu
ene ma do ba fo no di wo mo ka to gota mu no
so fu bi preach ko timi ja Bible to
sa
aya ba ka so ye wo wo no to achamu abo se te achamu
so sa wo we ande wo nya ga ba fa de no
wo no Pascal but no one dia mo ye no enya yize ba man so na ba man de so akoho and so ba come mo mran so ba kama se to na mo za pade na si we o ga de na to ade no eti ko mo nchan we e wo ba ntama yi wa na je number na frɛ 0557 73
85
and 0268 47 76
60
Afi mu pe pani no enfa emame pani no mo pe nsesi anfa mame na me mo sa na de krontia na senka board no a ye dissolve wo mo no wo mo ko meboa e na fofra ba wo mo de be ntino so mo no nya case wo mo kra wo pa adwuma mo
sa ye promote wo mo
wo pa adwuma mo
e ba se ye promote wo mo general manager or sisi no auditor and nti ye promote no for bebre ye promote wo because of what happened nti wo bebisa like me bisa me ho a me ye me se ebi omo su nya bi omo beye omo nya bi omo asa omo entertain me other people also yes that's what ti kwakwa bi time me deprive me sa omo nya
adwuma pa mo mo hwe ho
omo mi gidi se omo nya bi omo beye nti mi gidi ebia omunye bi ombe ebia omunye bi ombe
na akwa bi na asem emre pem be ye adwuma be su se akwa bi wo adwuma na waye no ho han abofo tese waye ma me sa kan mo kobra waye ma adwuma mpanifo nim se wona ye angel so oboa wonye angel wo baby ya Mr. Godfred, good morning. Umpom to say.
Hello.
Mr. Godfred, good morning.
Yes, madam, good morning.
Umpom to say. Mr. Dazi. So kind of.
Mr. Wine.
Mr. Dazi. Echo Dazi. Mr. Echo Dazi.
Yes.
But okay no.
Yes, minimum.
Aha, okay. Echo be na fa Susiano.
My main thing near first one, I said, not all your wine.
Mr. Haya this year FM, me did Yakosians from.
So is it, what kind of program is it? Live program or what?
Live program. Say, okay, say. Open say we will say only producer ne kasano.
Hello.
When you say ADEHYEE FM, TM from. Ma we say ADEHYEE FM.
And yes, I'm a producer and a kind.
What ne can say?
But say I must know his identity, say whether he works with the ADEHYEE FM or not.
Oh, I have fans. Said the baby a what den ID card ba vechero.
No, as a man can say, I mean, what I say.
Oh, as a man can say Kumasi. Any I just a wo ba o na wa ba be hu. Ti wo.
Exactly. It depends on the day I'm open.
Oh, you didn't got Ochina Cry ready so the bank here.
No problem. Let the producer arrange.
Okay. What crowd time decide my time. Yeah, no problem. Watch a cry by 8, 7:38 now. 7:30. Watch a cry 8 now.
No problem. So that we can talk off time.
Okay, producer.
All right.
Now, Faye, and common am dear, Monfa and Mammy. Monfa and common and Mrs.
FM leading Ashanti with information, music. ADEHYEE FM leading Ashanti with information, music. ADEHYEE FM leading Ashanti with information, music.
Pacha from Facha, you are quite a sign of Basia. Wakatson, okay.
ADEHYEE FM 99.1. ADEHYEE FM 99.1. Nukre Trojo ADEHYEE FM 99.1.
Hello, Mr.
Yes,
But you're in TSA for Sonny, Mr. Dazi.
yes, and so
or better Casa na Otio.
is it online or what?
Mr. Godfrey.
Yes.
Say a live program because I and now me person me ya wo pema wo se wo tren yamboa wo beba mama atai and I only produce edi nkomo we chese o person woni ni di nkomo.
He told me that he's there in the studio. I must say he's on air.
If I chose a studio, if Omukasa or studio, we are on air.
That is my understanding.
If I chose it,
Then the point is that I cannot talk on the issue on air. Yes.
When him say would at time where actually won't say at it. When him say would at time where actually won't say at it. Oh, ya can't say any pan to studio. What's a change now when in Becassa? Now, what's up as I say, eh, now when you rest studio, and you're now 1 hour. When you rest studio, pay air now walk. Now, who say dear time where actually?
So,
On your sophia. On your sophia. Oh, because oh dear, time
preaching,
oh, oh, Mama, wait, mommy.
ADEHYEE FM 99.1. ADEHYEE FM 99.1. Nukre Chojo ADEHYEE FM 99.1.
Utsie akosiansroma ewo ades
ADEHYEE FM 99.1. ADEHYEE FM 99.1. ADEHYEE FM 99.1.
ADEHYEE FM leading Ashanti with information, music. 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 ADEHYEE FM leading Ashanti with information, music.
Exactly. Oh, it's about the outstanding issue, our outstanding issue. You know, we signed an agreement with 7-point bullets, and you people have decided to honor only 4 of them, leaving 4. I think it was 8, leaving 4 outstanding, and you people have said that you are not going to pay me. So that is why I brought the issue to the FM station. Yeah, everybody, that is your opinion. Everybody and his choice. Everybody and the way he eats. Some eat with noise, others eat without noise. You understand me? So, to me, ADEHYEE FM will be in a position to help me out. That's why I'm here. So, what are they trying to achieve? Get the money for you? Yes, we signed an agreement, and you people have decided to pay me part and leave the other one, telling me that you can't pay. So I need to seek refuge from the FM station, ADEHYEE FM station. I don't think that I have done the wrong thing. I don't think the means they will use to retrieve my money, I don't know, and I'm not bothered. All that I need is my money being counted to me. Yes. You listened to it? Yes, I listened, and I wasn't satisfied. You did what? And I wasn't satisfied. So did you get back to me on that? Oh, why should I get back to you? Every day, back and forth on the same issue, back and forth, and I think it's a waste of resources. What was your outstanding issue? You are talking about February 2019 salary, is that not it? It is. It's one of them. That is the only issue. No, that is not the only issue, please. That is not the only issue. We have other issues that you did not attend to. That is not the only issue. That's not the only issue, please. The agreement that we signed. Yes. What other issue apart from the 2019 February salary claim that you were owed? And we have provided that we have paid that amount. It doesn't. You haven't paid it. What's yours? And I'm not satisfied that you have paid me. It's not paid. You are trying to go around the issue. You see, it's not paid. The statement you brought to me, I also have that same statement. Two people may see the same thing. Two people may see. No. You haven't. Two people can look at the same thing. But they will have different impression about the same thing. Meanwhile, it's the same thing they are looking at. So there should be a third party who will decide for us if that is the best way forward. I'm not saying I haven't talked about T24, please. No, I haven't talked about it. Yes, and I'm saying that you haven't, my boss, please. I'm saying you have produced a statement. I've also produced a statement, and we have not agreed. You understand? So there should be another person to. You haven't paid me my February salary. You haven't paid me my February salary. That's your own ball of kenke. Life is a choice, a matter of choice, and everybody will be responsible for the kind of choices he makes or she makes. To the extent that you even insulted them, it's not nice. I did not expect that from you, a man of God, a preacher. I'm seeing you even insulted them, and it's not nice. We heard you right. You insulted the FM station. I heard you. I heard your voice. Mr. Hansen, I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised. I'm saying you insulted the FM station. What did I say? He said, "Nkwasi asem, osi nkwasi asem, oka nkwasi asem." What's in Kwasi Asem? Kwasi Asem Aqua. Mr. Hansen. Ebe, see you. Ebe. Mumaye Hunyankupo no Nyam Kra. Mumaye Hunyankupo no Nyam Kra. Mo say, Muye leaders. Who preachy. Sofo. You are here. Okay. Okay. Okay, I hear you. Okay. You can also intervene.
Yeah, Daka.
What's it?
Daka, Eagle Wings.
What I'm saying is,
do I need a lawyer back here, Bessie? Yeah, the Yan so betray scan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a lawyer.
For bringing the issue here, he cannot falter me.
Yeah, Yan a lawyer, some near show. Yeah, the fellow, yeah, be out. The Yan so betray Sikama.
Okay.
Asa?
Okay.
We are funny lawyer.
Okay, but his lawyer cannot take me on.
Debbie, I'm funny lawyer.
Okay.
Other worker. Oh, okay. Want me to take you on because other worker. And I will pay Sika Adi. Till the lawyer Becca say, I didn't know
I come to disgrace the bank here.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
When it brabber, you have a foot Tonton San crab room. Tonton San, you better. Open the lawyer all day. When no can.
What the make up?
No cat, and I was so do carry. I don't want any mask. What do cat?
What the make up?
The other thing I was slow.
What the make up?
I didn't know so. I don't cat. It will make you a can. And no one so no worker son. Morocco. Was it February or the cat? It was okay. Was it February 2019 and 2020? And then I will Kai say. It's one worker son. What dear to say? What the worker? Wow, me say. And I say, no one.
And you know,
I say, no one. And become what you want to say. What the worker? It's all now. Who's also over now.
Oh, David, oh, no, Nimio. Na nyamu na one can say I'm a catcher no crown, and I wanted to give you.
Good morning, Mama.
I wanted to give you respect.
Special greetings to you and your panelists. Yes, I was so Man Piero, and so I was so and Kwesi Edubofo, and also Asia Life Every UK. Jacob Forson say good morning. Also over him baby I will be a metoka na mechia na memodi. So for baby I want why you home.
Baby I'm one baby I'm one why.
And that's me we say for fit dan your point tem na ki akọ.
As you say
engineer oh papa no
be huna no. Oya share before. Anya wo.
Oh do obi kan one na o gas me kwa ga me lawyers. O kwa ga je hwan. Yo, ka tell us so I want no metia. I want no metia. That be bia.
Ko catch and say agreement na ye ko sign wo labor commission. Me mbuso. Me mbuso.
Omutia yanka obuso. Omutia yanka obuso.
Mutia. And I was so wo kwa wani. Engineering works, installation and service of air condition, refrigerator. No. Yeah. Air condition where you map and say about them made about a business, fridge, society. I say, washing machine, so say for brain, gas cooker. It was a pumusi to me, which so dana and ma. Your son's your pipe laying in a couple. I bring pockets, Bruni Chrome Junction, from 0246 480 0267 885 So for
Agosia. Me that's it. Ono awa hunu eya na mfat agosia wo de yenche yetiefo nyesa kran ha e de bofo ni bewuram yetiefo nyina ya chiamo wo awa gebra wuti ADEHYEE FM bia free ebokrom estate be nyina be si ebokrom obomu nyina be like ebesi bokrom zongo amechirewa mu nyina echiachiamo antebaro mu nyina echiachiamo na kwasi ahwe atale ehia
Maxwell Adrian fi commissioner for Otedum on GR edition
ayi oh me baby e pama mi o mama ya oba na pamatale ne hye me sa no obokrum ayi was spe ho oba besia ono pama hye me oba pa mama ya wo kura wo butu ho a wo tie pa
mama ya ya
na me na nchiri pa e ma ne me nyina opa
wa ya
de mama ya de ti obi a wo at I material be fa ma no is of mama welcome from the door ya kwasi ya bedase yesi upo ni pesu ene ne ban ya mani dibre na mani sikaka ho we hu ni su ne ban umani dibra umani posu anu mani sikaka ho said wo tie bia obe hu no won se ni wura fi kura so wo ye sofo pichi
won se wo ka se wo di atoma se wo ka se na onim se do kan no se
wo se onim se aka wie ene wo ko ase obi a wo ye wo de say onyame nipa na ase wo ka nyame asem de wo se yi ensem hunu ye de efiri wanum mansam e banyina wo kire se ensem ewo yam nyina ye ensem so ho enipa no mo de ne ka ena wo de say wa be ka mo de akoho amo achem se we ni we nyina mo ntua mo antua wo ka mo dada se mo tua enti wonti ase na wode aba ye fro busa wa we yatem didie na wo ka se ba bia wote no betena wo saa wontena wo saa se ye ya wono ya yi na firi ho no ne nokura wo kanti ya yi na firi ho no enye saa na so betena ho akwa wiye e bia wo de e be ba e be chense eyi na de be fa se radio station na wo be kwase yenka bi ma wo ti esramo ye mpanimfo a ye de matoto adwuma no enkanka bank sika no ye da ho no enya mo dia ye se mo hwe so maye mo ye watchman mo hwe so maye ye ne ye de sika beto akra ye nto ka nam ye ne ye de sika beto akra ye sif ye ntenam na mo nya se ba mo yi na mo chema mo ho na mo di to ka damu na mo sisi fie no wo be hwe obobro ni wa no mo bro no a wɔde sika bɛtɔ ɔbɛpa bosia kora wɔnya bi deɛ ɔbɛnya so kora wɔntimi ntua nyɛ na agya pa kakra wɔ ne yafa na mo kyɛ sika no ma mo ho no kora me ka yɛ nti madam tamfo ana no kora wɔ ka yɛ nti wadam tamfo ɛnam sɛ mo nyinaa mo ayɛ konvaya mo yɛ nti no bɛbɔ de na sɛ mɛkɔ bia yɛn ka mi ma no yɛn sɛ bɛyi na di wɔn kɔtena fie no ɔnwe abo adwuma wa yɛ so sika nso mo yi na di anasɛ wakɔ pension kura sika no a wa adwuma na wa yɛ sika mo de ma no soso no mo pɛsɛ mo yɛ ne nɛ ɛkyɛ na ɛkyena ma wɔde awura wɔyɛ dɛ ewuo papa yɛ ni yɛ ka asɛm wɔ se wɔmɛyɛ sɛ nkɔ court yɛbɛka sɛ nkɔ nkran na sɛ from ba ɛsɛ me kɔ me ba me kɔ kakra na manya media no me de bɛfa ka akɔ aba ɛna me yam hyehyɛ me yɛ ka kyerɛ wɔ mo prince ɛni nti ne yabɛ mu no papa no ɔbɛtena nkyɛn yɛ ne no ɔmo bɛtwe ɛbɛ mo post ɛni tumi a yɛde yɛ wa yɛde tia ɛka sɛ radio station lanso mo yɛ radio station mo de ba ma yɛ ka mo ayi ma mo ma sɛ ma mo mo koye bibi kura ma anya mi ayifo kura entene so mo ni no kura e mo ma no na mo nyina mo ka ho no mo ma no ya dai e sinke kɔ fam no mo nyina mo ka ho ne de yɛsɛ tie ni baba ko fo so ɛso ye ne wo fam a we som ɛne yɛ pagya mo ma na ya dai akɔsoro ɛno ma mo yɛ no mo hwɛ yie na yire asede na ntwa dua anka ne to no enka wo de sane bi ansem da akoso no ayi oposi ni na yara me tie no wo se first me na me hya atale we ene ne ma be hya atanti beduru ba me wura atale na ye den eguo enti ade bia wo ye bia hwe ne ye utu amanfofo wo kanyame asem che nipa enka ba to se we enka wo bua enipa no ho fate amasade na ba no wo na wo hye mu kan uyo so asa okese we ko pichi baba pe ye kazo kasa wo sori a wo kanya mi asa na kire se ayi onyankopon ni wana ye dwuma ye die ye de boa wo mu a omo ho aka adwa mu nyame adwuma ni bia na ye no nyame na adwuma ni bia na ye no ti ye sram ye mamu dibre bia mo hwe se ebeduru baabi no na wo ni ho no obi na ho sise ni prakro ba de odi be ye wo nua no sare ni pakro de be ye wo ti se de ye wo na nya wo da hwe no anye dai wo amfa anye wo nua akosua manu ato
akosua ye chia ye tiefo amechirwa abu okrom obapa anope ye chia wo watengon atwoma ye chia wo papa ejata de chem so papa anope me chia na mahwese ne a wo ho esitie Congress chia sonko kwan so Brad John means me pe wasem papa anope ye chia obia akosua papa yi kana asem na meti hedin in fact wabre obi a waye adwuma a wo adwum nim sede yesi ye adwuma no afa de wadane akwala na wadane ajojo woba na akotena fie woba na akoha kan no esan no kra asem bi akosua papa e kokan yenti wakoda na tamfo ama adwuma ono anim se waye free na hyase eno an wo ye na afa yi ni ba ha na okohu ntro bi ani dwurum bi e wo ho nti na on de o ma no kra ni na adin afa hwekwe de ne fa so wotimi betena fie na months woti wa abra onye na dwen se okolive 17 months yes wo twam 1 year kra o so what wonye na dwen se okolive na live bempo na akoso ya nya yale ene bia wo yare dindin a yakọ no 1 year 5 months live bay ene yaje we nyina mo de adi no waye ho nyankopon adom kakra ya nyi na di wane na mu atuma ma na duru the pension wakọ pension ne kakra na wasam de manam na wode betena fie no so ahwede ye koso anope ye tie ba bi o ya dane kwasea a ye kekan kwasea asem ye dane kwasea ye kekan kwasea asem na wo so ye sofo fra ye fra obi enu a wodi watemo ha obi enu a oka kasafi e de kire wo ye de ani die bu ani buo ene ne wo de kasa hwasem ono nso wo ka kire hwasem ono nso ka kire na nka wiase nipa nyina akosua omu ye adwuma ye aba ye adwuma ate se papa yi a enka wiase den na kosu anka emma anka wiase din a yetimu sesia no anka emma efise sika ni fraban ni mu a ekoduru ha o yate ne de ekoduru ha o yate ne de enti ebeba na chese de wo hawo na ebre ye ne asabe yatiti wiase mu eni nti na da ni da yesu na nka sabe ye kofa mu ne ye ba kosu ya duty na nka aman de atoso no se ye no na toso a enka yebetima tomo 1 cup 1 cedi se duty na da so wa aban nsem no ena noa na omu de toso anka mu 1 cup ke yebetima to no 1 cedi enso na 1 cup ye to bi kura 6 cedis so what ya say so ho ekwan a yen nipa na sabi di breka kra be kura wo mu no ekwan a omu di ye nipa yi nam so ene na wa asetan ni wiase mu aya dindindindin ti papa yi de me manamo bebrebe wono no kra na me de nyankopon asese ade nyina mu so ye nyinadi ne no kra wo kan ye nyina no ye nyinadi kotena fie sa wuti fie ne yesu ye de ye aha
ti sa mu ka se ye yi wadi a
enti ne kotena fie di na jojo wo ba kotena fie ko obi a me de me ho me nya ma dwe sa me ko live e da na wutimi ekreti live ma me sa kotena fie enso ne nyina nyame adom wa ko ne pension ne kakra no nso a eno nso asan akwada ne amane asan akwada ne amane anope ye te ha sabiam ya da ne kwase ya ne yekeka nkwase asam nenso ne nyina ne ase de ewudu e bia betwa so aba wunua bode akotu menkan ene wunfa menkan hyefom so etwa ne bode de ewudu aye na eno ana abetwa enti so wona na so okura bible so ye sofo na owo adwum no odi dwum di sika akese wa adwum mu na abepia na osan ka kire ye se ye nkwasiafo akoso ya wo hawo bi anim amane bi enti ye de da asa papa ne sika aka mu no ne nsa beka ne sika na aka mu no nko a na hia ye ne nsa ka ne sika na ye ne obi ani asam so omu na ti wo mu adwuma mu ene omu nim kan yo mu fa so aye adwuma ene ye di sika so anyamodea enya aban na etwa sika na gu ho se bia monhwe so eyi obi na de ne sika abeto mimi die we die na akoda ne bebre ena mo na mu die no me bagie kwan be so na mo be fa mo de be mame ohun obi ko bangi adwuma nie yi akoso ya ka wo demo no wo si no aka hwim na ka kin yi kura no hwan sika enti ne busu akatua ena de ka na wotimu no wotimu wo kokwaji 10 million wo ho hwe interest a de beto ho e de ama wo
ade o sane Dr. Mensa o sane akọ Dr. Mensa down na me ne company bi ko ye adwuma bi na o mo so mo de me salary ne befa ti me call ho no mo se na fill forms lady bi na na fill ho no fill forms na wo bodi sa na obusa me akatua no a o mo de tua o sika no do no maka amo bizam say full time and I'm so part time akatua ne yesen o fill forms maka me kan na o hwe ne ndi was part time me say na ye tua o ka say me say eh o hwe me sa djuma be na wo ye ne maka sa amu ye tua maka sa na dey wo ye tua o ka sa
e ho na o tia kwa na akatua no
atake ne ka si abo sa da wo ye tua o ka sa
yo
o say David na me say ana na me tete ka sa ka si mo za
yo
mo to ka na na mo nye ska na we fele mami na menko eti bi pie ya na me disappointed anasa me
say e ho na wo sia na
na mo de
to ka na katua nko ba bia wo makatua ndum nti wo kra wo hu wo de part time no na ni abrew
so enti ma ye de o wa na akayo me twem bia me kai se ke bi o wa
enti me de papa ne de aseda ma ne se wa ya ade asemu nso a wa ma na pie no se wo mbetua hofo ewo eniema bi a wo mu yiye ye fi se nia wo mu yere nyina pia bonte ama ye hunu se ni se nti akosua me fancy ha na ya
Bible college be fa so ya be so fo atete wo mu
nya so fo we bia om fa so fo papa
anya so fo girlfriend mo de August 8 admission go so omo wo da ban frɛ wo mo na yintitre mo ma 0242 611 346 0277 880 592
Oja ko so me da se ye che etiefu bia na holiday etiefu bia na ma na so for bobo mu obi ekofie obi ekofie bi de letter be ko ba bi ba na ekofie
obi de letter kwa
e ko ba bi nti oba no akofie nti bi kofie
letter ne kwa chere ni holiday let her go
Because some more cry your friend or one be share the memo moji nti e wo you can office ya call in September
so cry tina ke kasa
I said no so tin ma yi ano no so why do come on na yi ano you come on no na yi ano I go say me that say mama hwe de wa akoso ya me papa yi na me don't know koso ya nyame do no papa akoso ya ntira mse nyame do no sa papa ye we di akoso ya ehu o wo ya hu o na wo hwe ye so a ba bi e ba do ba ne nam no nyame do no papa akoso ya sa Ghana ha o wa dwumam de ba bo ne sa wunyu nyame suro nti nko ho bi na to be bi Menka no kwasam nie because papa say nyame amoa ana sa wu ya kwa hayere no ma sa sika no so ya fa bi ma hayere no ma sa sika so dam de wo ti ase wo dia kra ye ntia na ka wo dia ba ka wo de ba ma hayere no ma ko mo fo mo da ti nyame do papa fa bi ya la se pa ne tu ma no fo sa omu huna mo mo nka omu nya din na mo mo nko ho obi abebu na konta ase de nyuma ade esi ti ase de bible kan because akosia de akono onza wema omo ba kire na mo sa ba ye ne sa no onza ese wo ko school na wo ti amokom ko school akosia na wo ko ayi aso ayi swame onza wo ko akwaje tamfa ko school ma wo ye de ni obaje oniema bi a forms bi ade be ko ami ahwemu se de wo ye aya no aya papa nti na wo firi wa na se why a bonny be two? Why a bonny be a school by catch or say, I know. A bit of my no. Because Omo by children who say, be the why, Papa way. I just son of Mechano. Papa is son what's here. And to Omuja Hona, Gallant back off from Baum, and to Omo Barba the throat to the answer. The other would see on Mauquam, yes, I'm that. Obey your floor. A two lockers on my trial, na time to Yamianka Sawado. Odo na no kura so de nyame anum ni wo ka no kura aduro bi antimi me da bia me ka me se aduro bi anu abreche no kura so what ma wo ka no kura ko so ye boni enyaw so na nkontom pa bi wo ma nka papa no ko wu because ye hwa niam kro ne akoso o mayi mu ne apoba akoso ya anaka ba ko fo betam sika wo ye dia me ahwe ne Ghana ha wa yo mi na do die wo to ne ba bi odi awie bank dia na me de me yada ndim sika akoto ban me fa nko da me fa nko akwaso mfa nko o da me fa nko me se me fa nko bank me kora akwaso ya because they na yan kra say hwe wo di sika no koto bank no wo na kam obi kwa ya juma within 6 months no to order kam amanfo sika nko
say enkankane banks now or we use passbook chiro ka wo mo no say what is ka koto ho ye be chere ne pepe me ka se mo ya fan from na wo bia titi mo amutu susu no mo use susu passbook no akosia ko ekoyi ska o bank ho na wo pia wo de me pia po ye yi ska no abetena se fa calculator
na bo
sika na ukoyi ya no free de wo honim na kwa de ka na o ma chiro ho Chambia no muchi be free.
Akosia.
Wo we on. O muchi be free.
Miss.
Sa wo koyi sika no a. Na wo mo gi usika ne ma no mo ti usika ne free ma. Otimiti bi 200. O usika dos ko otimiti bi 300.
Bi 200. Me na me ka tira o.
O chi free. Na total no. Ai wo so o chi no. Se bi o so o chi no e bi a 5000 bi ba ndi be ya. 5 of what 49,000. Yes, 100 cities in e bi free so.
Enti wo kwa ka mo se ya tenkete de to asa de na ache wo kwa ebu okra mu yesa wo beja bi wo mu ni ade ade wate fa
enti no sa wo mo ani kwaso me hu bi ti na me kan bi ara pe bi de me hu bi ato me enti wo trase ye tis kan free mu wie ya trase fa o phone bo fa phone ko bo na hwe to tan se pe ansa no ati
so enti niam bi ho akoso ya 6 months pan wa ko to kan wa dem wa wo breti adwam ato moko pampan fo winuma wo nwansia no wo to ka but ya dwene mu anya do won sa anya man ntino hwese papa yi obi ni sika o man ni sika na onko ka ya de ye no hwade ya de ye no wodi nkofo sika o na ya nko ka hwade ya de ye no wa bra no so nim so ye sa de na aye bone ti ano na nka ni nua sofo mpa ka wo ba ya enka ba wo se papa nya me suro woni mu enti asare asa me fa nya me suro no me boa no no hwade ya wo ye hwade ya wo ye akoso wi aso da bia me kam se so obi sa anyum kro ana ma wa neji obi nso ba sa bobo amoni age eti dia omo oto a waso wo hu bi da so ade aba fam oye no on de reba buru fm achi ode be ko na dia na habere sa fm no ya no mo ka no ya no ma dwe ne se ye ni post bi ana se ye ka sam wo ben ye mfa na se nko ba bia hwe ya no so de ko fm ne se o de ko fm na ya dai wo ti ase fm na ya dai fm de ba ho wo de aba se de mo ye ne nie oba pa ya dwenche ya mo ano ko so obitimi ba no anim se police station ko bi ko e kwa say na e fa so
aya na ehun ye omohi
so because assembly ba obitimi say assembly ba ewi asebate obi abete
so so Masem ba no mpese kwa bonten ye
ya so na mre baba
radio ana mo
so eti papa no ti wonu de aduane a opa na wudie wonso aduane opa na wudimi try na try so fan kwa wonu agiri so de pa ha ye betima boa na man saka sika no anu odi aba ye ba boa no so man saka sika no ti papa lon kana kuma to yam so o say lawyer enko ba bia lawyer bay
no awaji atum so doka
waji atum
poku eric say good morning
waji atum
was say a good message pa ya bojuma ya dana say na Abdul Fosu Malik mufti so say wo hwe yen every man so abare
Erasi. Eti akwasua. Yo. Eti akwasua me konkludu Masem no. De tia ne se papa no kana kuma Antoniam. Wo yi aye free ai. Wo bon se bedu cha no mo pending sika ama no. Sa de be ya so je ba ne san so be kan sika. Akwasua me de manu wasi.
0553175112 ye fa 23 este. Me ba cha udi.
Akwasua nsoro
Bra John.
Nyame nka ho kwa ne jwa. Papa mo bo. Chia oba hima mijusu oburu oba hima sume me do papa na kwase ni wi ase no akosia hu baabi e bi wo on se no kro na wo die no nti ye no Ghana ha nsi ba bie no ho asa kata hye ni ho e so wo pro ho asa na ko kase pe eni wawu ye be yi ba bia to so akoto kro no na akosia aba ha no je mo gidie pa asa mbabua na nensanka na katua de aka munyina me chia me nua ma me no mo ye jo ha brakwa ku na afi abo so o mu cheo pa akosia ya me nka mo ho
me cheo mo so 0553175112 redemption hour ebotu a tie Reverend George Banahene e wa ADEHYEE FM so pa yenko so for number is 0240174645 me ba cho udi
da family o me ka se frango ka
yo da family yanko
yo kaka me kan se system we a kire se o so biade no tu ne hofo se Ghana ha no e mpany from penokre enti wo djuma bi mu na se bibi kwaso a wo de bo wo de ho ban to ni hwe enkoka so hu kese nipa yenyama yankopɔ be tia nipa ka se ne obia nyuma te anya wanwa se sonta wo be hu obi esi o sa papa wa epenyi mu pen wa bodam o kabrofo akese kese anyama wa ye nsa na wa bodam no eyo no na wa ye ne hu sa o anya obia na ye no because se wo ye wa dwen se wo be count ni asha sa na be yo so hu ye se ka for penyi for wo krum ha o mo ni bi se wo ni ska o de be court it always be o mo kan ya o si court na ye da radiate say FM stations for aba o mo tumi fa kwan so jingo for sika ba mo so hu iti me ye da radiate say FM stations aba o mo ye sa djuma we ma ye hia for
0553175112 ege wings ye daka me pa cha udin Marcos.
Yes, Patrick. Now, what is saying? Metiade na metia koti amaya die papa. Na asam na na by my pan. Who's the one there? We are now very careful. Very careful. My idea. Oh, I didn't some of this canama yet. I'm a city green.
Yes, sure does. 0553175112. Ego win some other cabag.
Hello. In your demo, Kwaku, I think
what to say?
Many very glad. The minimum in Sita for one idea. In your bay, your program, the moon fair, Sita for Mutia Monfre.
Whether now you use a bromuna man power.
I said, one year when it's just to for you. I was a manager now, Olimkasa. Oh, cut to corner with the other way, most suffer. When you collect to. Let me say, over this caraman. Yamin come, make Sam Daraka can think a little. Now, China, I just only about my milk, I move back to Provaco, 1 minute to cry. And I'm a child. When you obey you, Mammy, Yamin come.
Ego wins for us, Swami Stambik Dynamo. Our number is 0558 3294441. 0500100420. Ozi life now the be consume. Last call about in.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Bashi ni mtoto Francois.
Yo.
Oje, ene sa someone to wa hu obi a won papa. Papa ikura o ti studio ho kura no. Nko na e friends ya so maybe two na nka mo kura no kwa ko no kwa ko bi di atem. Nto bi sem to obi a ne baby a wo so de kwa ne ho beto no. Nti so fo ne de no sira mo nyina na mo ngi ne sika no. You know what?
That's it. Ozi life na wa drop it. Ozi life. Unya sachet water no miensa no drop back 1.5 liters no drop back. Oba de chef ma ebi wa ha. E beton bi ama ne bo nso da form. For 0241801637 and 0244965255. Class Media Training Institute admission no. Eguso enchani e close nti bomodi anabra ya kan chiro that. I say 75% practical TV ni radio nyina na ye ma sa training no bebo akwa ye radio ko awe TV ni radio nyina ni ye de ma o pese o ka news a tree brofo sports and an opemi bakra kumo fu ise mi share wo mo ma be guma o mo ko ana afa ye so ye to aso host programs na media law and ethics aduma no ho mra na ho hyehyeye e betete wo ho nyina kama na for media marketing, video editing, graphic design, social media journalism, technician, research and public relations, production, media management. Yebe checho. Oba yebe ma ID card, t-shirt, and a books. Radish FM. Yebe to o form say 50 Ghana cedis. Number near 0553 030 022 0244 767 810. YouTube. Ayakusians from my TV. O subscribe, o like here, no share. TikTok, I go answer my Instagram, I go answer my Facebook, ADEHYEE99.1 FM. Kumasi, Madam Masio, and a holiday.
Holidays today. Holidays today, and you near Quano. Yeah, for who don't. Yamayana, and ye, Tina Jaya Bano, Yamonia normal fan. And I'm a young corner, yes, young people every night.
We are near Coin Boost.
Okay, and I'm a cop.
Why not say war? Why not how war? A man any saying, or how any saying? Yes, in kitten yet, Hens are for me, and say, you didn't so much as in it. You heard your how done so. Dear Mania done so. You were dinner 1 year. I dream be at Tono. When you can't share food, be an hour some cocoa follow and poor as seminim. And so Nisica into lawyer Fanaya didn't. I dream sa no the tar down. One ya sami woman, and one ya sami my woo. I dream kuno pressure. And until yet say her. So I dream no. Wo how no. Wa mania no. Wo soon no. Fabra. Na yam people when near see nisio. Na de how no. Yen na yen come on. Wakota asase wo hini bi ho wasan akoton ama obi. Wo ne obi aye adwuma e wo so otwia wo ka akatua na kam. Wo kuna wu abusua epamo. Wo yire wu abusua ade nsem ajapade. Ni nyina niema bi e wo wiase a ha nipa ya adwendwen e de adwendwen de ba no. Sa nsem na me boda wuro frɛ wo se fabre yen. na yɛnhwɛ ne yɛnkama ne nya nkwa tena se didi hwɛ wo mma enti yɛwɔ ahodwo Atenga junction ebi kura na wasi ahodwo junction ne so enso na wo hu fie na yɛwɔ mu na yɛ line nie
bomodena so betimi afre sa number no 0243 30 96 69 isi number ne so biem nti sa won fa wo pen ne fa pipa 0243 30 96 69 o fresh sa number wo ya o ye be fa na wo so aba na asem bi ha obi a wo de aba enkotena se ne nkoye honhona enkowu ye me pese me ka e ma obi a tie no no nye wo so